Everybody podcast. This week's a little different, as you'll see. Johnny's nowhere to be found. Oh wait, we found him. He's in Scotland, like for real, on a musical quest. So he and Ryan are going to talk about that. Not just that, but mostly that. We may throw in a little food talk for all you foodies out there. Yes, sinners. So as we like to say, with no further ado, Ryan and Jonny boy. Jonny boy?
You look like a different person. You look like you have a toupee.
I'm happy to see you, man. It's been a while.
Yeah, dude.
How you doing?
What the crap? You go to the UK and you look different. What's in the water over there, man?
Wait, I'll just keep it for now. We'll see what happens. This is what I'd look like if I cut off the back and I just kept the top. Party in the front, nothing in the back.
I have to call you John.
Oh, why, John?
Because you're not Johnny anymore.
Hello.
Hello, John. Stupid. What's
Greetings.
up, buddy? Okay, so we're getting into it. You're obviously not at home.
Not at home. Obviously, I'm on the road. So greetings from Scotland.
Salutations.
All right, and hello to everybody. Welcome to the What Everybody podcast. We're back. We're back.
The elephant in the room for the people watching on the YouTubes. What's going on up top?
Well, I decided to give you the look of what my alter ego would be. This is my Scottish Johnny.
Do you remember when Sammy Hagar wore that weird little ponytail, but he still had the fro on top? That's
yeah,
exactly
yeah. Like there was the early Van Halen times with him.
Yeah,
like 5150, something like that.
That's
yeah, totally.
That's you, Sam. Except you're not Sammy. You're Sam.
Sam.
Sam Udell.
Sam Udell. They call me Samuel. They call me Sammy Udell now. Hello.
Yeah, John, Ryan, and I'm here with my podcast buddy John. Hey, John, thanks for dressing up.
You know, it's great that you say that thing about John, like it's a thing. Like I used to go by that for years and years and years.
Well, that's sort of your name.
I just wanted a new beginning. And you know what's crazy about that is I'll every now and again run across somebody who is a random person who I've never met before who will call me John. And when they do that, I always take notice of that because to this day, only my close friends who knew me as John call me John still. You know? So if I meet a random person somewhere and they're like, oh, nice to meet you, John. I'm like, well, I told you my name was Johnny and you just called me John. That catches my attention. It makes me feel like I need to pay a little bit more attention to that person in the sense of like, maybe this person's supposed to be in my life somehow.
You look like a different human being. The other day, you had double man bun. Today, you got toupee head.
Yep.
I'm good with any of it. You just bring you to this podcast, dude, and I'm fine with it. As we addressed earlier, you're on tour. Give me a little highlight reel. What's been going on? How the show's going?
Shows have been great. We just got done doing 6 shows in 6 days, and it started in let's start with the beginning of the tour. It was a very stressful beginning. So we're leaving to go, and we end up at the airport, and our goal is to get in a day before the first show, so we can get in, settle in. Next day is first show. Well, we get to the airport, and today to travel out of the country, you need to take a COVID test to get on an airplane and prove vaccination. So I do all my stuff. I have my vaccinations. I do my test. We all do our test the same day. I actually go earlier in the morning to a Walgreens, get it done.
Yeah.
Supposed to be there by Sunday morning because you have 72 hours. You have to do it within 72 hours. So,
do you have to pay for that?
No, they're free. So I roll up to the Walgreens, get it done, show up to the airport that morning. Everybody else had already gotten their test results back by the time we got to the airport. So I'm starting to get a little nervous. I'm like, everybody else is coming back negative, and I don't even have a result. So I'm sitting here wondering, like, hopefully I don't come back positive. And second, I hope I get it back in time or I can't get on the airplane.
Yeah.
So, make a long story short, I did not get the test back in time. As a matter of fact, the test came 4 days into the tour, the results. But I ended up getting a rapid test at the airport. It cost me $125. Took 3 to 5 hours. Here's the kicker. I was trying to get on that flight was at 6:55. The band leaves. They're gone. They left without me. Similar thing that happened to you.
Yeah, so you had to go the next day?
Well, I was trying to get on the 9:55 flight. So I got the 3 to 5 hour rapid test. And my results came in 25 minutes too late to make the 9 o'clock flight. So I had to go the next day. Yeah. And then I go the next day, and then my connection flight doesn't work. And they had to put me on the late connection flight. Thank God I ended up getting on the same connection, because the same connection got me in 2 hours before showtime. I got there 2 hours before I was hitting the stage. Had I not been able to get back on my original connection, I would have showed up literally 10 minutes before it was time to play.
You had almost exactly the same thing happen to you that happened to me that one year.
Except the only difference was yours was a passport issue and mine was a lack of having my COVID results.
I had a passport issue. I had to go the next morning, get a new passport, do all that mess, get on the same flight the next day, flew into Stockholm, or flew into Heathrow in the UK, missed my connection.
Didn't you miss your flight?
I missed my connection going to Stockholm on a day that there was that terrorist drove the van on the sidewalk in Stockholm. So I remember I was sitting in London Heathrow watching news about.
We did a gig without you.
Yeah, I missed the first gig. At least you didn't miss any gigs though. That's good.
No.
What was your first one?
Well, the drum was in Edinburgh. The drummer of the first band of our opening act. He had learned all the songs from the set in the event that I didn't make it.
Steven?
Steven did sound check with the band.
Steven. So friends of the podcast, if you don't know who Steven is, turn off the podcast and go listen to Steven's episode, then come back.
Yeah. That's me and Steven had a good time.
That's cool. Did you guys share a drum stool?
We did. We did share a drum stool. I was going to make you a video. It was awesome. He's got this amazing drum stool. Like that's he's got this drum stool. It's connected to the bass drum. So you feel the bass drum. It's got a speaker under the seat itself, and you feel it. I think we talked about that in episode 2. Go back to episode 2. I won't bore everybody with the same shit we've already talked about.
Yeah. And why didn't you make that video?
I got sidetracked.
Yeah, it's easy to do.
It wasn't just me and Steven. It was me, Steven from episode 2, Ian Gulcher from episode 1, Martin Nielsen from episode 12, was it, or 13?
12 or 13,
and Zachary Kibbe from episode 5 or 6.
7 or something, yeah.
I forget which ones.
Yeah.
We're starting to get so many podcasts, I can't remember the numbers anymore. No, it was really cool, though. I sent you that picture. You have it. You have it.
Yeah, I'll put it up. I'll put the little window on for the people that like the YouTubes. You were telling me about your shows. Give me the rundown of the tour, dude. I have to live vicariously.
That's it. I got you. Edinburgh to Newcastle to Rochdale to Wolverhampton to London to Sheffield. We ended at the Hard Rock Hell Sleaze Festival on Sunday. Man, it was a great tour. It was like weird to be out on the road again. We were the very first American band to tour. Keyword there is tour in the UK, and
as opposed
from
to
what I understand,
just playing a show.
There's a possibility there might have been a North American band at Bloodstock the weekend before we showed, but it was a show. It wasn't a tour. I understand we might be the first international band. I got to do some fact checking on that one.
Yeah. Check your facts. I'll leave that up to you.
Yeah. But we were told by somebody giving us an interview the other day that they thought we were the first international band that had toured here.
You know what's funny to me? Is that you're like, we flew over to Cambridge, and then we went to Wolverhampton, and then we were in Scottish land, and then we played...
With the originals and then the new originals.
And then we played Sleaze Fest at Hard Rock Hell. It's like... you threw the class right out the door.
There's no class here, dude. I'm fucking school in the summertime,
we were dressed to the nines in Wolverhampton, and we played Sleaze Fest at Hard Rock Hell. That's cool, though.
Yes. Why is there a thumbs up over here? What was that about?
I don't know. We're having some weird internet issues, so let's just try to navigate.
That was
through
awesome, though, because I said I'm school in the summertime, and then all of a sudden a thumbs up came up on my fucking screen. No class.
It's your iPad just being like, you're good.
That's fucking great. You know, it's different. Usually I have the fucking cans on, and now I've gone Ryan Harris on and pulled out the AirPods.
Yeah, and normally I have the AirPods, and I'm going whatever leash guy.
Yeah, hide your cable. That's what you're always saying to me. Hide your cable.
Well, here's the thing. Apple's really cool. Apple's really cool with their stuff, and they make a 6-inch cord, so like you have to...
That's how you can buy the extension.
Yeah. You need a dongle. back to the task at hand here.
Mm-hmm.
When you're at the airport and your test didn't come in, so they just told you couldn't go and you had to turn around?
I mean, they rescheduled me. There
Yeah.
wasn't a problem. You know, I went, they're like, go get a test, wait for the results. If they come in before this time, we'll get you on this flight. If not, we'll put you on tomorrow. And then it had gotten to the point, I'm not going to lie to you. It had gotten to the point where I was like, man, I don't even really want to leave tonight because I could go home right now and hang out with my girlfriend for another day and it'll make a difference. But I waited, and my test results came in 25 minutes after the deadline. And then I got on the next day.
Yeah.
I went home, and I had a smorgasbord of sorts. We ate a lot of food. We cooked a ribeye. We cooked a filet. We got some pasta. We went to town. It was great.
Sounds.
She was just very happy to see me come home.
Whenever I got turned away, I had to go back, essentially get ready to get up at like 6 a.m. to go sit at the passport office. So there was no relaxation involved in that.
Well, can I ask you, did you feel the same like complete helpless feeling of watching your band walk away into like, all right, guys?
Yeah, you know what hit me the most was the guy looking at my passport. In my head, I'm thinking, this is taking too long. Something's up here, you know? And he looks up, he goes, you can't go. Exactly like that. He goes, you can't go. And it triggered that fear of like just something bad happening at the spur of the moment in me. I was like, well, why can't I go? You know? And it was because my passport was not expired yet, but to fly into Copenhagen, which is where we were going, it had to be valid 90 days past your return date. So we were going over in April and my passport expired in July. So I was going to just get a new passport when I got back from the trip. But I was like probably 2 weeks out of like not hitting that deadline. So I had to go home, and they send you with the ticket. You have your plane ticket. So when you go to the passport office the next day, they'll do same day as, but it's still a hassle.
Did you have to pay money for that? Did you have to pay
yeah,
extra cash?
Yeah.
How much did that cost, if you don't mind me asking?
It cost like $180 or $190 for the new passport. And a passport's normally like what, $70 or something, $60. It was more than double.
Can I show you? Since we're talking about passports, that's my passport.
There you have it. Did you put it in your pocket while you were drumming and then dump water on your head?
No, I didn't do that. But that's me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey guy, cover up your information.
I'm covering my information. That's me. And I traveled with. This is the funniest thing ever. So you know, you got to travel. You got to have the COVID vaccines, right, to travel.
Right.
So I have them in my phone, like in my wallet. I got digital ones.
Yeah.
But I wanted to be safe just for whatever reason. So I was like, oh, this will work if I bring it. And so I brought the paper one. Like, what? Whose fucking idea was this?
It's the worst idea ever. It's the worst idea.
Like, you know how easy you could just duplicate this shit?
Yeah.
It's like, who's thinking? Like, oh yeah, I got an idea.
You can duplicate it, number one, but then number two, it's made out of paper. So it's good. You know how OCD I am, and I take care of stuff. I keep things in good shape, and mine's getting like wrinkled because I keep it in my wallet.
Yeah, I mean, I got the digital ones. And then listen, we don't ever talk politics on the show, and it's the only thing I'll ever say. I think it's a good idea if people get vaccinated. And I'll leave it at that. I think it's a good idea once you get vaccinated.
That's John's opinion.
Ryan's opinion is don't get vaccinated.
No, don't say what the don't put that on me.
Ryan doesn't feel that way. Ryan doesn't feel that way. He was just telling us how he has vaccination.
Do you remember that one time? I don't remember where we were. We were on tour, and I started calling you John. And it like,
hello, John. It
tripped something out in your head, and I saw you crack, and eventually you were just like, why are you calling me John? And then I
stayed. The way you would say it. If I recall, you would say it like with that weird fucking English thing you did.
Yeah, I was calling you John.
Yeah, that John. You ever been to Philly? You've been to Philly.
Hey, John.
Yeah, there's a word, John. There's a word in Philly that everybody uses. We should have talked to Eric 13, who was on a couple of episodes ago. We should have talked to him about this because he's from Philly.
Yeah.
There's a word called, it's not John. It's called John. John. It would be like J-U-O-N, John, right? But anything could be a John, right? Like, yo, you going to go smoke that John? Yo, you guys going to the John?
It's like a word meaning whatever.
It can mean anything.
Like that hickey over there.
my John, my John, you know.
Weird. So how do you spell it if you pronounce it different?
I don't. I think I would say it would be Juon. Is how I would.
That'd be Juan.
No, Juan would be. That's why I didn't say Juan. That would be Juan. Anyways, you were saying.
Anyway, I totally lost my train of thought. I was calling you John.
It's okay. We were talking about your experience, and I was asking you, did you get that same helpless feeling watching the band leave?
Yeah.
I watched my band walk to the fucking to the escalators to go, and I was like, I can't believe this. Like,
another thing I couldn't get out of my head either is like, so, you know, anybody that has lived in Los Angeles understands the bitch of traveling around there, where going to the airport is an hour trip, to get in line at the airport, to get on a plane going to Europe, which is 16 hours from LA, you know. It's a long day. And I know I'm making
how'd you get back after that?
I took an Uber. So there's another thing. I'm spending money on an Uber to go an hour back home, to know that I have to do that. And then the next day, whenever I was going back to LAX to get on the second flight after the passport issue was resolved and everything, the thought crept into my brain. It's like, oh, I would have been there by now.
Yeah, that happened to me too. I had to take the flyaway though. I had to fucking wait for the flyaway. After sitting in the airport waiting hours for this test I had to get on a bus back to, it's a bus, but it's not like a public transit bus. It's a bus that takes you to a place to get picked up. But
yeah,
it was just like, I had to wait 40 minutes for that. And this is after waiting, like, I got to the airport. We got there at 3:00 in the afternoon. I left the airport on the flyaway at like 9:30 at night. And I just sat there for 6.5 hours stressed. And then the whole next day, it's like, you can't relax. You gotta wake up in the morning. There's no relaxing.
Yeah.
You know? Like, ridiculous. But I got there. When I got there, I was so pissed for the first 10 minutes. And I sat down right where I'm at right now, smoked a joint.
Smoked a Johnny Ubi.
Johnny Ubi.
What was your favorite city there that you went to?
City or show?
Hey, let's get into both. What was your favorite city and what was the best show?
My favorite city is Edinburgh, because I think it's one of the most beautiful places. You and I have been to a couple of really amazing places. As a matter of fact, I wanted to talk to you about that, because Edinburgh is up there in my top 3 of really great places that I've been to. And my number 1 though, I was with you, and that was when we went to Oslo, Norway. Yeah. I thought that was the most beautiful city I've ever been to.
Nice. It was like
so nice, so clean.
It was like
expensive as fuck.
Really expensive, but I mean, you walk around and it's like, I don't know. We weren't there for too long, but I just got the vibe that people like took pride in keeping it clean. Like there was no litter.
Oh yeah,
maybe it's just
I remember
where we were.
I spent like a crazy amount of money to buy the smallest little bottle of water at the hotel.
Yeah.
And I remember the next morning I was like, can we because we were leaving, we were going back into Sweden, and I was like, can we just like wait till we get to Sweden till we eat, so we don't have to spend my whole per diem on this crap.
I got a water. We were leaving, and I went to the hotel lobby. I got a water and a banana, and it was $7. Now, granted, that was in a hotel too, so that's not necessarily the city.
Yeah, but the water was this big.
Yeah,
this big. It was a tiny little guy. It's a neat environment I have today, huh? You like these pics behind me?
You look pretty good. You look pretty good. I'm not. Hey, I mean, it's different than normal.
It's a change of scenery.
Trips the OCD a little bit that it looks different, but that's not on me, man. Or that's not
my
on you.
My glasses are not making not making the thing, because I took them off and they're still there. Okay.
No, you got a heck of a glare on them though.
What you see in the glare isn't really a glare. It's my fucking piercing balls of eye kind coming right at you.
I'm gonna start calling you Walleye. What movie was that from?
I don't know. What is Walleye?
Police Academy. Walleye.
Oh, Police
Academy. Guy had the glasses that like magnified his eyes.
Right, that's
or what was the guy on Trailer Park Boys? Bubbles. You're Bubbles.
I never watched Trailer Park Boys. I hear it's a great show.
Johnny Bubbles.
Awesome. I'll be Johnny Bubbles, dude. I'm cool with that. Bubbles. I'll make bubbles.
You have like an angelic downward glow going on you. Not you, dude. The lights I'm talking. It's going through your man fro and it's bouncing off your glasses and it's making some prism effect. You look like the Pink Floyd. What album cover was that with the
Dark Side of the Moon? Dark Side. I am Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah. Yeah, your dark side of the moon over there. What was the best show?
Oh, Sheffield. Hard Rock Hell Sleaze Festival.
Ah. Best name, too, dude. The best show is the best name.
Yeah, we had direct support for choir boys. And,
cool.
Yeah, it was totally wild. Dude, it was fucking great. Dude, we killed it. The things I've been reading online about that show in particular has been amazing. And one of my favorite moments of it was I'm playing, and very rarely do you ever see the headliner, the singer of the headlining band, come and watch their opener from the side of the stage. I mean, it doesn't. We've done a lot of shows, a bunch of festivals, and a lot of direct support slots. And that doesn't happen very often. And to turn around while I was playing and see the lead singer of the choir boys standing right behind me watching us play, I was like, oh, wow, that's fucking cool. But one of my favorite things, which I think you have a clip of, is when we played the last song of the night, Save Me a Drink, Zach, our singer, who, episode 6, Mr. Kibbe, he did this thing where he split the crowd down the middle, and he had the back and forth call and response
That's cool.
Thing going on.
I thought you were going to say he did this thing where he did a split.
Oh, he did a split. He split his pants wide open. No, and it was just really it was cool.
Or you have a video of it.
Yeah, there's video of it. Let's show him.
Something else, I don't know. I couldn't think of a third thing. So you're gonna go like this. You're gonna go, save me a drink from the bottle. Right here. Y'all start to my team. Save me a drink before it's gone. Such a better side already. Let's hear you start one. Save me a drink from the bottle. My team. It's pretty close. Save me a drink from the bottle. Oh, yeah. Save me a drink. My team is gone before it's gone. Save me a drink from the bottle. Save me a drink before it's gone. Make control with my friends. Let's have Save me a drink from the bottle. Save me a drink before it's gone. Make control with my friends. Let's Thank you all so much. We have been through your nights. We have been at the first group. Come say hi. Thank you all so much.
Well, that's fancy. That's cool.
Pretty fun stuff. That's the stuff, through the tough times in the music business as we've experienced. You get nights like that. They make it worth it.
Yeah, agreed. Let's wrap this up, buddy.
Yeah, bud.
You know what I say? You know what I like to say? No guess, no problem.
No gas, no problemo.
Let's shoot some questions back and forth, buddy. First thing off the top of your mind.
When you say shoot, are you referring to like shoot or like a lob?
I'm saying I'm gonna ask you something, and I want to hear the first thing off the top of your mind.
Let's do it. Here's my question for you, Ryan Harris. You've got an intense OCD issue. With that
Let's not be
being
extreme.
said, well, let's be extreme because it's true. With that being said, does it trip you out that we have to do this podcast remotely, or does it trip your OCD out that we got to do this podcast remotely?
Yes.
I thought so.
Yes.
I
yes, it does.
take quite pleasure in this. Not really, but it's funny to me.
You like throwing those curveballs.
Yeah, they call me Johnny Curve.
Johnny Curveballs.
Another nickname. Johnny Curveballs.
No. They call you Johnny Curved Balls.
Curved ball. Why are your balls curved?
Shit. What's it like to play again?
Oh man, amazing.
Did it? So I've had this thought about like setting my gear up. I haven't done it in so long that I would have to like give myself a little refresher course. Was it weird to go through that load in, load out sound check thing?
Not by the time we got on tour, because we had done 2 local shows before we left. One to film a video and one just as a warm-up show.
Yeah.
My very first show to film that video, dude, I couldn't even remember how to break down my drum set, yet alone set the motherfucker up.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Because when you do it all the time, as we both know, you get into a rhythm, you just like, we do it all the time. It's part of the thing. But when you don't do it for a year and a half, you're like, whoa, like, I can't believe I just did this that all the time without even thinking.
Yeah.
Not even a thought. Second nature.
All right, next question, dude. You're up.
Did you miss me?
Yes and no.
How could you not miss this face?
I didn't miss.
Yes and no.
Here's what. Well, of course I did, because you're my buddy and I like you and I miss talking to you and I hope that you're having fun. And I had major FOMO, fear of missing out, because I wasn't over there. I don't know where that accent came from. I wasn't over there playing guitar. I want to be playing the guitar again. But the no part was that, like, I don't know. It was a nice little change in schedule.
Yeah.
Take a little.
I don't
time
have to deal with that neurotic Jewish guy for the next 2 weeks. This is amazing.
Hey, I can't say that. But all right, Johnny. Question for you. So the past year you've been on a diet. It's my understanding you've been pretty good with it.
Yes. Lost 30 pounds.
Yeah. So you're on tour. Did you fall off the wagon at all?
150%.
You did?
Absolutely.
Would you go do some of them chicky nugs, the vodka?
Dude, I tried to give Chicken Nugs a chance, and I'll tell you
Chicken
what,
Nugs and vodka?
I'm done with the Nugs forever. I was like,
Really?
wow, man, seriously, because during this whole time while doing this diet, it's been like most people, like, they go to AA, it's like one day at a time. With me, McDonald's was one day at a time. Like, I had to consciously be like, I can't have Chicken McNuggets. Because for those who don't know, I love Chicken McNuggets, or I did.
You can't eat them anymore?
Not anymore. I ordered some, and they tasted terrible. They were like undercooked or something, and I just got the wrong batch. That wrong batch made me not want them in ever again. However, because of that wrong batch, I did stumble upon McDonald's chicken strips, and I enjoyed those.
Last time I had chicken nuggets, last time your buddy had Chicken Nugs,
Chicken Nugs.
you get to that day, whatever, 10 or so, that just like you get up in the morning and you can't stand another protein bar. It's like, I don't want another banana and water or whatever. It's like, I need like real food. And
So you go to McDonald's?
well, not calling that real food, but there was a Burger King next door to this gas station essentially, and I got chicken nuggets, and they tasted fine, but dude, it sapped my energy for the next like 3 hours. I felt like shit.
There's
Probably
not
a good
of,
thing that you don't feel good after eating food like that. It's your body saying like, hey, I'm not used to this shit.
There's not a lot of nutrition happening with that stuff.
No.
Though, here's a fun fact. For years, I couldn't watch Super Size Me because I did not want to know what the fuck it was I was eating.
Yeah.
So when I went on my diet, I finally was like, you know what? I'm going to watch Super Size Me now. It's like, kill it. Just to learn that 2 of my favorite items off of the McDonald's menu are the only 2 of 5 items without sugar in them.
Chicken nugs and vodka?
Well, the vodka's not on the menu, but the French fries are.
Yeah.
No sugar. Can you believe that? There's even sugar in their salads.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of it.
Crazy.
Dude, salads, the dressing will kill you.
I've never eaten salad dressing.
Yeah.
Ever in my entire life.
Just get some oil and vinegar, put some seasoning in there. It's delicious.
I go dry.
Yeah, I can't do a dry salad.
So Ryan Harris, question for you, as we like to go roll on with our game. Yes or no question. That's it. Yes or motherfucking no, okay? Did you eat ice cream this week?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what kind?
I had a lot of kinds. I had pistachio is my favorite. Pistachio ice cream is my favorite.
Interesting. You know why I don't like pistachio?
Why?
Because it makes me think it's going to be mint chocolate chip, and it's not, and I'm always disappointed.
It looks the same,
Not
yeah.
that I dislike pistachio ice cream. I just love mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Oh, it's the best, dude. Thrifty, that Rite Aid brand.
Oh, no, I never had that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Why you call me? Wait, why would you ask me that? You call me fat?
No, I'm not calling you fat. I'm just seeing if you are going to tell me the truth, because you're known to love Magnums. You know Magnums?
Do they have those? Do they have Magnums there?
They do. Remember that one time I was in Italy and I sent you a picture of a Magnum ice cream shop?
Yeah.
Like, Ryan would freak out!
You know you're doing something right whenever your buddy's halfway around the world and he sends you a picture of your favorite ice cream.
Yeah. In a shop. It's a shop of his favorite ice cream. It wasn't like, oh, here, look.
That makes you a good friend.
It was like a Magnum shop.
That makes you a good friend.
It would make me a better friend if I would have went in there. No, I'll stand by my decision. I didn't go in there because I wasn't with you, and without you, I can't go in there. So that makes me a better friend. I'll wait for next time.
And it's not like you're not going to buy one and then bring it back.
I think it's fresh scooped Magnum, dude. Like it was like a Baskin Robbins. It was a Magnum shop. Like it was like a Baskin Robbins, but it was Magnum.
It's like the mecca of Magnums.
Scoop.
Well, buddy, safe travels. Guess I'll see you. I guess you'll be back home in a couple days.
I'll be back home in a couple of days.
Yeah.
And the good thing is I'm home for a while, so we'll get back to our normal setting
For a while. Next podcast is going to look normal. Oh, well, look normal. It's going to look like it. It's going to look like it.
It's going to look normal.
It's going to look normal.
It's going to look good.
Chicken nugs and vodka. Later, bud.
Nugs and vodka. Woo! Well, Ryan Harris, I'm going to see you in a couple of days. And for everybody else, thank you again for listening to the What Everybody podcast. We are grateful to have you listening to us. And we would be grateful if you could go and subscribe. Like us on YouTube, like us anywhere else. Subscribe wherever you want to subscribe. Do the whole thing. The blah, 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 blah. You got it. So until next time, everybody, thank you very much. I will be back and see you all in my normal environment next week. Goodbye. Greetings. Later from John.